Hey guys, welcome back to the Soul Sisters podcast. So, today we're going to talk about self healing, self care. I feel like we talk a lot about self care, but we don't talk a lot about self care. That makes sense?
Yeah, we
Is it
preach
like,
it, but we don't actually go in depth as far as like what we do.
right. So, we got to self healing on like a real little interesting combo. So, what do you consider like your ways of self healing?
Um, when I'm in those bad moments where I have that option to revert back to my old habits and behaviors, I actually take a step back and become self-aware and evaluate my options.
Um, so I think self awareness is hard to get to because being self aware means that you have to be really accountable for what you do
Hmm.
and what you have done. Um,
It's like
and
a
it,
moment of like brutal self-honesty.
hmm and it requires you to like take responsibility and not blame others. Because I think when like bad stuff happens or undesirables, that we just automatically revert to what the other person did or stuff like that versus what we could have done better.
Yeah, what we could have done better, what's out of our scope as far as what we can control and how to balance the emotions that we are feeling. That it's okay to feel what you feel. However, it's a certain way you can handle them, basically.
Yeah. Um, and I think that self awareness makes us deal with feelings that we feel like may be adverse to where we are in life. For example, like being jealous of an ex or something, even though you're at a different place in your life. And I think that's okay. But I think that people automatically revert to, oh, you still in love with this person, whatever. That ain't always the case.
No. Mm-mm.
Uh, I just think that as human beings, we have attachments to people. And so you see like whatever is going on.
And it's kind of like that feeling of regret and resentment. How dare you do XYZ to me, and then I see you, you're happy, you're living life, I'm hurting, so I want you to hurt too.
Yeah, but I think that people need to realize everything ain't for everybody and everybody ain't for everybody.
Everybody,
So
yeah.
just because you see this happening with this person, it may not have went the same way with you because maybe they ain't your cup of tea. Maybe you need some coffee. That's all I'm saying.
Or
Um,
some water.
huh?
Or some water.
And yeah, you can get you some water and cleanse yourself out. I myself am a coffee girl, but yeah, because I think we've seen it with like our friends and stuff like that.
I've lived it, so yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, but I mean, so you saying you've lived it? How did you get to a point where you just like it's Gucci, I'm cool?
um, Erica Badu, believe it or not, she had this saying of where, you know, stop encouraging people to just, move forward and push past whatever they're feeling. Let them feel it. If you want to keep getting hurt, that's up to you. That's a fire. When you put your hand up to the fire, you're going to get burned. So you just keep doing it until you've had enough.
Hmm. Kind of like when they say that you're gonna keep learning the same lesson, until you actually learn that lesson.
Mm-hmm.
I got you. I don't
Get
think
to
I've ever lived it per se in my mind, but I probably have. Um, but like I can't think of a specific example because I've always been like, what's for me is for me, and what's not for me is not for me. And I was one of them. If it's meant to be, it'll come back kind of people.
I feel you. I'm headstrong and I'm real stubborn. So sometimes it's hard for me to accept a no is really a no because I feel like, okay, maybe it's a test of times. Let me keep pushing forward. Let me try a different strategy. Let me do it this way, that way, and see if I can still get what I want because that's the goal. I'm real goal oriented. So it took me a while to
Yes,
have
you
to
are.
break that mindset a little bit and accept that things they are.
It, so, like, at what point do you just be like, all right, enough is enough?
um I don't get so mad anymore. I'm not so quick to pop off anymore. I actually rationalize and be like, okay, they are doing what they are doing because of XYZ, not because of me. And
Mm,
I'm a hothead.
yeah.
And if I'm showing you emotion and I'm being really emotional about it, I still care and I'm gonna still keep getting burned. But if I'm cool, that's dangerous because I'm done.
See, I feel you.
But
Well, because like I feel like I'm wildly nonchalant about things, but my nonchalantness isn't necessarily a good thing. Um, I mean, like it depends. So, like, I'm gonna give you a real specific
I was
example.
about to say, give me an example.
Um, I had an ex who cheated on me, and so he was like, "Hey, I got something to tell you," and he told me, and I was like, "Pause." I went to the store. I got some wine. I came back and I was like, "Play," and I was just very nonchalant, like almost psychotic because I cared, but I guess I didn't have any fight. Like, I'm not gonna say I wasn't sad, but it was what it was.
Did you feel like you actually loved that person? Did y'all plan beyond, just the boyfriend and girlfriend phase?
I mean, I thought I did, yeah.
Did you suspect anything?
Huh? Mm-mm.
No,
Mm-mm.
I don't know.
So
That's
that's why it was like weird to me that I was so nonchalant because I ain't expect it. Um, but it was what it was. And
yeah.
I mean, I still did my thing for a minute and tried to get them back, but then I just didn't care anymore. And I have this thing where I can effortlessly erase somebody out of my life. Like, and I can erase myself out of your life.
Mm-hmm.
You won't hear from me. I delete numbers. I delete threads. I delete emails.
I only delete them after it's backed up to my iCloud, just in case.
I don't. I like. I remember in college, like I just used to ghost people. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm really, really, really good at ghosting people. But like, there's some people I could never ghost, and there's some people that it was just so effortlessly. Um, Obviously, I could not ghost.
So what got you to that point of, you know, I guess being okay with saying, I'm done. This is it. This is the end. I'm
I
finished.
think that like that entire relationship was it was always some BS. Like we would be cool and then we wouldn't be, and then something would happen again, and it just turned into like,
You were in a cycle.
yeah, like, and I just felt like he wasn't gonna never do right. So I don't know. I guess I felt like I was wasting my time, which I mean I was, you know. Um, or like I don't know. I ain't want it no more.
I,
Um,
I could kind of see how you were nonchalant towards it. It was,
like the fact that we had even made it like as far as we did was probably a miracle, because in the very beginning of that relationship, his ex was calling my phone and stuff like that. Like, and I don't understand why I even was like, it's fine. I don't know, but I think that it was a learning experience that I needed, um, to help me grow and to help me kind of round out myself and deal with adversity and losses without spazzing out, because I think that I handle things that are thrown at me better now, like personally and professionally, because stuff was constantly being thrown at me during that time.
I agree.
So, I mean, I don't know. I'm thankful for it, but I'm thankful it's over. Um, and but I think I don't have no hard feelings or anything like that. Like it just was what it was. Like I'm not angry. I just can't be bothered, and I just choose not to talk to the person. I didn't respond to messages and stuff like that, because why?
It's like, why invite that negativity back in?
Not, I wouldn't even say negativity, because I don't think that like he would text me like on a negative tip. I think that he just wanted to be my friend, and
Hmm.
I didn't care for it. Like, for one, I think it's disrespectful, um, to love. I think it's real disrespectful.
Very.
And for two, I just don't think I wanted him as my friend. Like his morals don't match mine, baby. And it just was what it was, honestly.
Sheesh. That's bold.
Is what?
That's bold.
What, to want to be my friend after that?
Yeah.
Um, hmm, Pisces man.
That's so unfortunate, you know?
Moving on.
Moving on.
hmm So anyway, that just was what it was. But growth, honestly.
Because
Have
I
you?
think people talk about self growth and self awareness and self healing and all this, that, and the third, and they get like this grandiose picture of, I don't know what you would call it, like,
It being some pretty process.
yeah, like you got to
Mm-mm.
get down to the ugly, the nitty gritty, you know.
You gotta be at rock bottom before you can really completely know how to
Mm,
heal oneself, because I think I can come back from anything. I think I'm very resilient, but I also think I'm very resilient because I done been through some stuff,
mm-hmm.
and it just is what it is. Honestly, everything that I've been through was growth and was needed, and it wasn't welcomed at the time. But like when I look back on it, it was some good learning lessons. And these days, if something happens, before I can be like, all right, you've been through this, you got this, you could do this, you know what I mean? And especially right now, I have a rocky work situation, I think. And so it's always something. So being that I know how to deal with stuff without spazzing out, it works for me.
Yeah.
Um, so again, lessons learned, because I've seen people completely spaz out at work because of some of the things that have happened, and righteously so. Um, but a part of self healing and stuff is finding your tribe and knowing that you got somebody that you can talk to when things happen. And I think that I have a good work tribe, but I also have a good like tribe in general. Like my people are my people. Like I'd be like, yes, I love these people. And I've never been in a work environment where I can truly say I love my coworkers. So, well, except for when I worked at Best Buy Mobile, but that was my play job, Ha! That was my first job, so I was just happy to have a job. But like in professional jobs, I ain't never been nowhere where, although the job might be tumultuous, I ain't say that word right, but you know what I'm trying to say. The
Oh,
people make you want to come because you know that you got support.
mm-hmm. I think that's very important though. A
Yeah.
lot of people skip that step when they're praying and manifesting and they want these good jobs and they leave out having a decent boss and work family and they end up suffering. Yeah, the money don't.
Mm-hmm. Because money cool, but money ain't happiness. Like, because you can't buy your happy. I mean, I don't know, because you can buy a Mercedes, but I'm moving past this. Um, my point is that you need good human connections in order to get where you need to be so that you can be in a healthy place.
Mm-hmm.
Because self care ain't always about going to a spa day. Sometimes it's just having a good talk with somebody who can relate to you and feel what you feel, and you just leave that conversation feeling full.
Right.
Um, Even small conversations, like if you can leave whatever it is feeling full and you got people pouring into you, you won't have to pull yourself from rock bottom all the time. So I try to I try to do that for my friends because I think that my friends do that for me. So
Oh, you're so awesome.
thank you, girl. I'll be trying.
Well, you do good work.
Oh, don't amp
Good
me up
deed.
on this day. Mm.
Amp up Monday. Go ahead.
Amp me up, man. I need to start like a sound effects um, company or something because I got them sound effects.
I don't know how that would work. I'm pretty sure you could probably get a trademark.
Like no, like a GIF or something, like a sound effect TikTok. Like instead of videos, like let's say you want to send a text to be like, ah, but you don't know how to do it. So you just go to my app and you download the ah.
That's a good idea. It could be done.
Yeah, I don't know how to. It's just
Research.
it's on the noggin. Because I think I got some sound effects.
You do plenty.
I saw this game where people try to imitate like sounds. It's just something dumb to do. But this could be self care too. Let me round it out. This could be self
Okay.
care because it's like joyful. So let's say you hear a car. And so I'm like, all right, I challenge you to make the sound of the car.
I
Get it?
think you've been spending way too much time with Nia.
She got some sound effects too. And she imitates. She'd be like, mm. But no, I think it'd be a fun game
Where did you find this? Where did you see
on Twitter.
it? Stay off of Twitter, okay?
But it was so funny when I saw it. Like, I think I might have just been irritated that day. And so when I get irritated, I scroll on Twitter because Twitter is always funny. Um, and this girl was like, I want to do head ass stuff like this with my man. And I was like, what is this? And I watched the video like 7 times because I was weak. Like, they did blenders and refrigerators and washing machines. Like, and none of the sounds sounded like the sounds, but it was
Yeah,
just funny.
you goofy enough. I support.
It was just funny. Like, I could see me doing it
Yep.
and be like, ooh, be like, ooh, I want to make the sound of the Instapot.
Ma'am. You don't need the game
Because I could do this all by myself anyway, so it don't really matter.
all day, every day.
Who needs a game when you already awesome?
You right. Oh, okay, hands. All right.
Girl, I'm just saying. Anyway, I think my self care is doing goofy stuff like that because it makes me happy to do just goofy, weird stuff that be funny to me. It may not be funny to everybody else, but I be weak. And that's what matters. I'm not really into getting my nails done because when I get my nails done, they be feeling real tight. That makes sense. Like if they put acrylic
Oh,
on my
the
nail, even
acrylic.
gel, my nails feel tight. And it is very uncomfortable for me. So I'm not really into getting my nails done. Um, my feet real ticklish, so like I'll get a pedicure, but like not my favorite. Um, I like to read. I read books, but really I just try to find joy in the things around me. Free self care, because falling on the budget. I'm really just trying to pay my student loans off, and then I could probably ball out on self care. But until then, and I probably won't, because then I'm gonna put my money in stocks and stuff and be rich. So I don't know.
No, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't ball on self care?
Mm-mm.
I don't blame you. I just feel like I just think that people think self care means that you gotta spend money.
And you definitely do not. Sometimes
Mm-mm.
my self care be just me coming in the house, finding a really good funny movie, and like just chill.
Or adapt. Or
Mm-hmm.
like this weekend, we binge watched 2 shows on Netflix, and it was really therapeutic.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it was really therapeutic. It was just nice, just to chill watch your little shows, and just be. Because sometimes I be tired of moving. Like, give me a break. Like,
Yes.
especially after the holidays too, because I feel like I was just constantly moving,
Mm-hmm.
and it's nice just to sit. New Year, I guess. New. I don't want to say new attitude.
Are we doing New Year's resolutions now, or we just gonna be like, bump it and just scream
I,
out bungee until we see a change?
do you have a resolution?
I never do the resolutions.
I don't really have one either. I just want to continue to grow and continue to be on like this path because I think I'm moving in a positive direction. I think that I communicate better. I think that um, a lot more emotionally composed. Um, I think that I'm moving in the right financial place, credit popping. Um, I really, I guess if I had to do a New Year's resolution, um, maybe to knock out the rest of my student loans by the end of this year, which is a realistic goal.
Yeah,
So, debt free 2022, I guess.
yeah. I never
Oh, I just had a, oh,
I guess what?
in my mind, 2022 was 2222 and
Mm.
it's 2022. And I just had a moment. Ignore me
Your angel numbers talking to you.
or something because I was like, 2022. Ooh, that sounds good there. But it's 2022, not 2222. So again, ignore me. But maybe the angels are speaking down on you, girl. I don't know.
Always. But I usually don't I don't set goals until spring.
I don't know. I
I,
was going to say you don't set goals.
not until because the winter time to me is that's when everything is dead.
Mm. So you one of them spring cleaning kind of people. I feel it. Um, I feel like I come alive in the wintertime.
You're a winter baby.
I mean, that could very well be why, but I think that because the springtime is cool, but I be sneezing and stuff. Like I can't set no goals with these kind of allergies.
Girl,
I be stressed
spring to me, spring symbolizes your growth
and
because that's
rebirth and stuff like that.
right and
I like
regeneration.
that outlook.
So I never set anything in motion during the winter months. If you
Mm-hmm.
notice, that's around the time a lot of people pass. Everything is kind of like dwindling, getting ready for, like you said, a rebirth, regeneration. So I always
Yeah.
wait.
I don't know. I feel like 2020 was a year of loss for me. So
I think you
I don't
gain.
know. Yeah, I think that I gained too, but I think that like I wasn't prepared for 2020.
Nobody is ever prepared for wisdom. You can't sit up here and pray for wisdom and not expect to be put through some stuff.
I like that outlook. I didn't think of it like that. I just thought of it as in like 2020 was a ride. Um, and I just pray for a better 2021. But I guess I did grow and get some wisdom in situations that I didn't expect to get. Um, of course, I expected to grow in certain ways, but a lot of stuff is different now. Um, not a bad thing.
No.
It's just different. But that's a good way to look at it because I wouldn't have looked at it like that. Look at you. You got me over here really thinking like that's a nice outlook.
My great granny used to always want to pray to be half of the woman that she was, because she was like awesome. And then started going through the storms and was like, okay, I didn't know I was gonna have to be put through some stuff. So it changed my outlook a little bit in order to get to the end point of that image of that you envision yourself. You're gonna have to go through some things.
But that's literally what we were talking about earlier, though. You got to go through stuff in order to grow. Um, but I guess I just didn't look at like death and stuff as a growing point. But I guess it is because you're not the same person
Mm.
after a death.
They always say stick around people when they're going through their seasons of hardship, whether it's emotionally, financially, mentally, those different seasons where they experience pain. Just watch them and take in how they grow. Some people, they'll come out of it with flying colors. Others, they're going to take a beating before they pull themselves out.
I think
It's
I was somewhere in the middle.
no, not really. You actually, you came out a lot better than what I anticipated. I'll be honest. Way better than what I anticipated. And
I know y'all was worried.
yeah.
But like for me, I just feel like nobody would want me to be mopey Mona.
This is true, but when times like that hit, a lot of people will shut down, and it's not about what everybody else will perceive or what they would want. It's going to be what you feel.
Yeah. Um, I mean, I think I still be having my days where I be feeling like real, like mm, this ain't it. But for me, like I gotta be strong for my kid, and so if nothing else, she is my motivation because she's just the happiest little perfect person, and I don't want to do something that changes her outlook.
Don't drive yourself in the ground trying to do that either.
I don't think I'm in the ground though. I think I'm doing okay at managing myself and then still doing that because like when I'm not in the mood, I can tell you
Yeah.
I'm just not there today and I'm okay with like expressing it and stuff like that and I kind of know what to do to help pull myself out of the mood. So, I think I'm okay, but that's why I say I feel like I'm somewhere in the middle because I still have my days. Okay, say what you say, but I'm just saying. Um, I just think it depends. Okay. Did I tell you stop amping me up on the stage? I don't need any amping, okay? I told when I was talking to one of the children this morning about self care, not about self care, I'm tripping, about self esteem. And I was like, girl, you just need to look at people like, hello, I'm beautiful. And she was like, you're so conceited. And I was like, and you need to be also.
No, ma'am.
You need to be also like my sis. Like, be you, be happy, be beautiful.
I feel
Like,
where she's coming from though. Sadly, I do. I understand. It's kind of like, how can I put it? I knew growing up, okay, I'm cute or whatever, but it's like you're instilled to be humble to a certain degree, and people take humility to a whole nother level. That's an area of life where you should not be humble at all. Own it.
see, I, mm, I feel like I knew I was cute, but when I was younger, I didn't always get what I wanted. So that was my humbleness. And then I got older and I was like, girl, you popping. And like, it don't got nothing to do with significant others or none of that. Like, I just love me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think I'm great. I think I'm a good person. And I think I'm cute.
Check, check.
So, I mean, I don't know. I just, again, I be wanting everybody to be happy. So, but I know that's not like the world, but I just want people to be happy. Like, it makes me happy to see others happy, especially like after somebody I know have been through this like storm and stuff like that, and then they come out like super popping. I'd be like, yes,
Yep.
do you and be proud about it. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just conceited.
I don't think so. Not in that aspect, no. Because if you don't amp yourself up, man,
Ain't nobody else gonna do it.
right?
Like, if you don't love you, you can't expect nobody else to. Because I think that people treat you how you treat yourself.
Yep.
Like, of course, if you're all walk overable, I guess, then people will walk over you.
Passive,
Okay, great
passive and
word, great
submissive.
word, great word.
Walk over rubble.
I had like this blank, and I was like, what is the word? Yeah, but if you passive, people gonna treat you as such.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so you just gotta be intentional and call it a day.
Yep.
I think.
I remember somebody called me bold, and they tried to mean it in a negative way.
I don't think bold negative. Well, depends. I think that them calling you bold is a test to confidence, and there's nothing wrong with confidence,
Right.
especially when it's not like you like, I'm confident about robbing this bank. Like, you're confident about yourself. You're supposed to be. It's not like you out here wilding and doing crazy stuff.
Right. But I'm just using it as an example as far as why the young lady with the self-esteem issues feels like being conceited is such a bad thing, because people put these negative stigmas on these
I'm confident.
great and awesome adjectives to describe ourselves. Never
Yeah,
heard that before. Something wrong with being bold.
I don't think nothing is wrong with being bold,
Or conceited.
girl. I'm bold, like on word. I think I'm done for the day because that was brilliant in my head, and then once I said it, I was like,
Take it back.
"Ooh." I took a L on that one. But like in my head, I was like, "This is gonna be fine. Like I'm gonna say this." So
But it's okay because you were bold enough to do it.
confidence,
Right.
girl. Hello. And let me end it with my confidence. Um, oh, we always be so off subject.
Oh,
It's okay because I think we talked about what we said we were gonna talk about today for sure. Um, you want me to give some therapeutic pointers on self care? All right. Let's go to therapist Candace. So, self care is described as anything that you do that brings yourself joy, happiness, completion, etc. It can be something as simple as taking a walk across the street in order to calm yourself down, or something as extensive as going to a complete spa day. But you need to know that self care can be free. Okay, you do not have to spend money in order to find your happiness. I think that that is a super misconception because when you look at movies and stuff like that, oh, I'm having a rough day. Let me have a spa day. Realistically, we cannot afford a spa day every time we need some self care.
right.
So, some great things that you can do for self care are journaling. Um, Journal when you're having a bad day, so that way you can look back on it and say, "Well, I had a bad day this day. This is what happened. This is how I handle it. This is how I can handle it in a better way without having X happen as it did last time."
I burned.
Um, hmm,
I burned my bad days.
okay, play with fire, but don't set the house on fire.
No,
So you mean sage?
no, I'll burn sage, but I also, like you were saying with journaling, if I write it down
Oh, okay,
on
okay,
paper,
okay. You
yeah, I
burn it.
set the paper on fire.
Okay, that's lit because I like fire. So that's a great idea. But the only thing is, if we're gonna do a fire, we're gonna be safe. We ain't burning no
Yeah,
houses
yeah.
down because you ain't gonna say we had you burn your house down because we ain't do it because we told you to be safe with the fire. Okay. Um, Another free thing you can do, bake some cookies. It's kind of free. You can get a little cookie pack about $2 at the store. Get you some butter, get you some egg. Whatever kind of cookies you buy, and that could be something. Or just simply watch something on TV that makes you happy. A great tip is to watch something that you already know will bring you joy.
Hmm.
So some people have specific movies that they watch when they're sad, when they're upset, et cetera, et cetera. So make your list and make it do what it do.
Create you an
Um,
uplifting playlist. Don't create no playlist playing no Drake or
oh,
Weekend.
or no Summer Walker or none
No
of that because
Summer
I
Walker.
love Summer, but that's that sad girl music. So, oh, I love Janae too, but she's sad
Pick,
girl music too
yeah,
sometimes.
pick and choose wisely.
So play you some upbeat, happy music. That was a great one. Get you a playlist that you listen to. But I think my biggest point that I want to say is that you do not have to spend bukus of money in order to have self care. Because we are not living in a movie, we are living in real life.
Mm-hmm.
And we can't afford no full body spa day every
Mm-mm.
day we get upset. Because realistically, you might need self care once a week. I don't know about y'all, but I can't afford no full spa day once a week. Um, and I also ain't got the time off from work. So there's a thing. Uh, you got any more pointers? You good at this. You talking about therapist Candace. What you got to say?
Oh, I know. Since you threw it my way, the ball in my court. Let me go on and real quick. Um, I do think when you have those angry moments or when you're upset, you're sad or whatever, try to understand your emotions. Don't automatically go to what somebody else did. Yeah, you may have been provoked, aggravated, irritated, whatever, but you need to understand what makes you tick. What are your triggers? Break
Hmm.
yourself down. Focus on you.
Oh, and speaking to that, if something happens that strikes a nerve in you, I think that you should explore that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's okay for something to strike your nerve and you feel like, why is this striking my nerve? It's not always negative. Sometimes it's just something that we need to process,
Yep.
and that's okay. I don't think anything is wrong with processing stuff, um, because that helps you heal.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't process it, it's going to continue to come up, and then it'll be a problem. Um, Anything else?
Keep sticking your hand to the fire till you get tired.
Okay, Erica.
Keep
That
getting
deep.
burned.
Yeah. So hopefully you won't get burned too many times and you just learn your lesson. But some people have to get burned 27 times before they learn their lesson. It just be like that. Um, and if that's you, ain't nothing wrong with that either. Everybody got their own process.
Yep.
Um, so yeah, I think this was great. This was productive. This was fun, and then we gave y'all some little tidbits at the end. Oh. Yeah,
We out.
well, yeah. Deuces.